Hi everyone and welcome to Ask the Edge. I am Anthony Trezza, also known on the contest circuit as UR 2020. And with me today is co-founder of the tournamentedge.net and my co-host Barbara Bowley, also known as Sophia. Welcome, Barbara.
Thank you, Anthony. It's great to be here.
And as we said on our last segment, the Tournament Edge was created by horse racing contest players for horse racing contest players. And this particular segment is a question and answer segment. We get emails and questions asked to us all the time in webinars, and a lot of them we can't handle all at once, so we decided to do a question and answer show. And instead of helping maybe one or two people, we'll help a broad audience. And we have some really good questions, and especially tonight we have a question that's we're going to be using some visuals, and it's a question that also applies to your expertise in physicality. So this particular question is asked by Jean from Tinton Falls, New Jersey, and she says, I am wondering how to tell in the post parade if a horse is sound, especially an older or lower level claiming horse. That's a great question. I'm going to toss it over to you, and we'll take a look at some video as we listen to you explain that to Jean in Tinton Falls.
Well, thanks for that really important question. A lot of us wonder if the horse that we're choosing in a contest or that we're selecting in our parimutuel wagering is really sound on that day. And one of the things everybody should know is that all horses receive a vet check the morning of the race. That's for a number of things, but it includes for soundness. So their legs will be checked. This doesn't mean that horses can't still be a little ouchy, and there's hardly a horse out there that's in the lower level ranks in the upper levels of age that may not have may actually be showing signs of osteoarthritis or some other maybe soft tissue issue such as a little bit of tendonitis. So we're going to try to analyze some video that will give you a sense of, as quickly and clearly as I can, what a really unsound horse will look like. And then you can start to apply that to the horses you're looking at and see if you see the more subtle signs, and you can eliminate those horses, hopefully, from your selections. This video comes from a dressage site, so this is not a racing horse, but it's an excellent example of what a horse looks like when they are not sound. And we're going to roll that. What you're going to see is that, especially in the gait of trot, the horse is going to show signs of bobbing its head. I'm not concerned about a horse who's shaking its head right to left very much at all. That's usually a sign that the horse is just a little irritated, maybe by a fly or something that's in its field of vision, like a clod of dirt or something, and shaking it away. I am more concerned about a horse's vertical head movement. And in the video, you're going to see the horse in a trot, less so in a walk. Remember that in your post parade. But when they start doing their trot or their slow canter toward the starting gate, a horse who starts putting its head upward is a horse that could be very definitely unsound. And the thing to look for is when they put the foot down, when they put their hoof down, that leg, if it's not sound, if it's hurting them, will cause their head to bob up. Now, you're going to say, well, I see my horse all the time with its head. I see horses all the time with their head shaking their head upward. Happens a lot in younger horses that are very fresh or coming off a layoff. It's more of a sign of agitation or excitement. I'm interested in a horse that's actually bobbing in a regular movement upward when it's one particular leg gets placed on the ground.
That's a great answer, Barbara. And a lot of us really don't pay attention to physicality, but I can tell you as a personal friend and a student of your teaching physicality, it's actually elevated my handicapping skills. So I appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers out there are going to learn a lot just by that one piece that you did. I have a question for you. I'm going to make it like a part B. I've always wondered about bandages. You see some horses without bandages. You see some with just the back legs. Then you see some add to the front. Can you give us some clarity on that? And really, what does it mean? Some handicappers I know said, well, they don't care. It doesn't matter. Some say it weighs heavily. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, having been an assistant trainer in the Mid-Atlantic Circuit for a while as a young person, we use bandages. We use bandages for support, and we use bandages as a way to make sure that our horses were protected. We also occasionally use them as a bit of a switch kind of to make our horse look like they might have an issue, and they didn't really. We just were looking to make sure that horse wasn't going to be claimed that day. I think a lot of trainers will say that they'd be more concerned about a horse who's showing up with bandages for the first time after a very long layoff. I had a really good stakes mare, for example, who bowed a tendon, which means she ruptured the sheath of the tendon in her foreleg, and it took her about a year, but she was able to come back, but she always needed support bandage after that point. What I'm a lot less concerned about are the rundown bandages in the back. They're almost, in this era, standard equipment because horses, especially horses that run year-round on the tougher, sandier surfaces, can easily take all of that dynamic force that's coming down on the back legs. If you ever watch a video of a horse running, you'll see the position of their ankle. I mean, it really almost digs right into the ground as they push off from their back legs. And they can get what's called a rundown, or they can get, an abrasion from doing that, a sore, and they can get dirt in it and it can be infected. So you want to protect, it's more of a protective layer for the horse. Front bandages are a little different. Front bandages, like I said, in the case of my mare that had the bowed tendon, can be there for protection and support. They can also be there to try to throw off some of your fellow trainers from claiming your horse. But I'm really not as concerned about bandages as a lot of the average handicappers. We've used them in some very sound horses. I'd rather watch the horse's gait than watch the horse's bandages.
I guess it's all in preference, and I hear pros and cons both ways. I don't put a lot of weight into it unless it's the first time with front bandages. It'll just pique my interest. I don't know if it's a clear throw-out horse or I make any opinions on it. And I guess that comes with experience and in contest play. And wow, great answers to two really good, or one question and two-part answer. We can talk probably for hours on physicality and horses' gait and fitness of horses. But we're going to have plenty of time to discuss this, and we appreciate Jean for sending in that terrific question. And Barbara, why don't you tell the viewers how they can actually get in touch with us in case they have any questions that could be used on this broadcast at a later date?
We love to get questions. We get quite a lot of them, and we look for them at our website, thetournamentedge.net. That's all one string, thetournamentedge.net. And you can go to that website and just click on contact, and we'll be there and monitoring that for you. And then you can also send an email directly to contact@thetournamentedge.net.
For Barbara Bowley, this is Anthony Trezza. We'll see you next week on Ask the Edge. Have a great day. Good luck.
Good luck.